It rises out of a prairie, 35 miles from the center of the city that it gave birth to. The course it travels takes it past scenes of wild beauty. Long before there was Houston, there was Buffalo Bayou. It started 18,000 years ago, during the Ice Age. There was beauty here, wildlife in abundance, a natural marvel. To the buffalo that came to its banks and gave it its name, this river meant life.
Upstream from the Museum of Fine Arts Bayou Bend collection is one of Houston's last closed canopy riparian forests along Buffalo Bayou. This natural treasure is teeming with wildlife. There are low-impact ways of restoring this river system without destroying the forest canopy or the ecology.
The initial preservation of the riparian forest is first and foremost here. The initial preservation, enhancement are critical to the continued health and recovery of a rich, diverse riparian forest ecosystem and stable channel. If you have a section which has not been disturbed, it will more rapidly help to develop the next section and the next section.
Please stay tuned for Ecology, and they'll be talking about Buffalo Bayou, her changes, and our challenges.
Buffalo Bayou through the urban wilderness of Memorial Park and Houston's only official bird sanctuary is an absolutely magnificent natural habitat. It's really one of the only closed canopy riparian forests that remains along any bayous in Houston. And it's an extremely important facet of Houston recreation. It's a Texas Parks and Wildlife paddling trail. Kayakers and canoers can actually see a semi-wild river. What an amazing thing to have right in the middle of a city of 4 million people. And it's just so valuable it can't be put into dollars. Plans to re-engineer that reach of the bayou would destroy the forested ecosystem. These actions, if implemented, can't be undone.
Much of the vegetation that would be removed is actually along the borders of the bayou within Memorial Park. It would be beginning from around the South Picnic Loop, going down to the Hog Bird Sanctuary. And what is of greatest concern to us is that so many people really don't know about what's going on. And you say, we're going to wait 50 to 100 years and then everything is going to be just great, is a tremendous leap of faith and also of arrogance. What is going to happen to all of the wildlife and the habitat? Does everything go up to a cloud somewhere and wait until everything is hunky-dory again 50 to 100 years from now?
It's very dire if you think about especially birds. But it's going to be really, really important for people to understand that this is part of a major flyway. Really, there are many people who do not know anything like this is going on in their city. They may even seldom see Buffalo Bayou. But it seems to me that there's a kind of an intangible value that all of us, whether we use Buffalo Bayou for recreation or not, it seems to me that this is a taking out of the public domain.
It's unclear how redesigning a contrived channel could be expected to change the character of a river system in a sustainable way.
Other options are doing less stripping of vegetation, because the more areas that you have bracketing, areas that you're working on, places where you actually need to do erosion control, and where you have all the natural environment around it and enclosing it, that is much better able to heal itself and to be restored when it has areas on either side of it. You have natural areas that are undisturbed.
Riparian forests cannot be replaced after a stream has been re-engineered.
We were offered an incredible opportunity through the Texas Educational Agency's Science Outreach Program to bring out students to Memorial Park and to other parks in Harris County. We brought over 3,000 students out, and we were offered some incredible mature native plants to install in some of these parks and waterways. And we actually saw the ability for the parks and waterways to heal themselves. These natives have been here for millions of years. They know how to adapt to the bayou.
Maintaining existing native tree species such as black willow, magnolia, maple, eastern cottonwood, and sycamore restores the ecosystem and provides soil conservation.
One of the things that our students do study when they take canoe trips down the bayou is the geology of the bayou. And I'd like you to expound on that a little bit.
Banks in the bottom of the bayou, when the water is low, there are actual outcrops of sedimentary rocks. Now, that's a very rare thing here in Houston.
It's the only rock and outcrop in Houston.
In Houston. You can see actual layers of sediment, of sandstone interbedded with layers of shale when the water's low there. The river has, or the bayou, has cut down, eroded down into the bedrock, which is Pliocene, which is a couple of million years old. Pliocene and Pleistocene is the bedrock. Most of it's covered up with Holocene and ice ages, and then the climate was a lot cooler and more rainy. Had a lot more sediment being delivered from even as far as the Rocky Mountains, which build up into river terraces that have been cut down through by later erosion. And so we can see the Holocene River has cut down through the Pleistocene deposits, and it's pretty interesting. If they bulldoze that, all those natural features are gone. We'll be having what you might call Anthropocene.
And all of that is just falling. Obviously, the layers, you see it there. It's sediment. Yeah, get this right about here.
These geological formations are important for stabilizing the banks and protecting the bayou. They are filled with archaeological artifacts that continue to be found. God, how beautiful.
It's going to land too.
Yeah.
Well, watch it.
Oh man, he's so beautiful. God, I'm getting such good shots.
Got it?
Yeah, I had a good close-up of him. He wants to be shown. There you go. There you go. God, that's beautiful.
Tree that's falling.
That's good toewood.
That holds it in the bank.
That's good toewood. Toewood does its thing naturally if you just let it.
So is this other one too.
Yeah. Riparian forests are essential for river system and watershed health and resilience.
They just can't get their hands off the line.
Virtually all our other bios in Houston are now mowed monoculture ditches, which are artificially carved, denuded, sun-baked lawns. A river system like Buffalo Bayou within the city of Houston is unique in the United States and enhances our quality of life. Canoeing, birding, and other ecotourism is a major industry in Texas, drawing people and outside dollars from all over the world.
Right over our head. Red-eared slider.
Look at the size of that guy.
Isn't that cool? It's an old one.
Beautiful. Protecting this embankment.
Well, look at this, Frank. You got to get this stuff.
Yeah.
It shows it's not eroding.
Yeah, because this is where they want to bulldoze. They want to bring in their heavy equipment on this side of the river. God, this is all grown in so well since last spring.
When we came here in March, a lot of this was dead. You see the pink flowers up there, Frank?
The what?
That's false mint.
Oh, okay.
Pink flowers.
Nutset. And smartweed?
Yeah, obligate wetland plant.
Dayflowers?
That blue over there, and there's that primrose, water primrose.
Okay. This reach of the waterway along Houston's urban wilderness of Memorial Park and Hog Bird Sanctuary is important for its rare geology, ecology, and archaeology. Because of these rare features in an urban setting, this river system deserves protection as a natural. It's important to show that this river doesn't need to be re-engineered by man.
Camp Logan?
Camp Logan.
I don't know whether it was probably it was
Restoring native tree species and understory along with advanced soil bioengineering provides a superior strategy for erosion control of high banks that reduces sediment and provides better water quality. You can see the ground cover starting, but now it's all grown in, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff here. I think that group is to our left.
I think that's it. Look how that is.
See, they're surveying this. They're getting ready to bulldoze through.
Osprey.
That was a good shot.
We have looked at this river in so many different ways. We have respected it, neglected it, forgotten it. But it is not too late to come down to the river and fall under its charm. Situated in the middle of a major flyway, the Bayou attracts an amazing variety of migratory birds, and people from all over the world come to the waterway to view them and other wildlife.
Here we are, a major urban area in the path of one of the great bird migrations on the planet Earth. And having places where you can interact with the natural environment, have a wetlands type feeling is very important.
It is loaded with fish, it's loaded with raccoons, squirrels, snakes, frogs. It's just teeming with life.
Human life as well, as more Houstonians look for ways to connect with their river. Every day, Houstonians work to reclaim their urban green space, to clean the river that has meant so much and could mean so much more. The solution to saving the Bayou is in our hands.